So hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, the point of making this video is to help new artists like those who can't able to draw or like color. That is why I picked this particular like easy reference, I would say, because the clock is the I think the most easiest thing to draw. The coloring part is really interesting because I just use 4 colors to color out the whole thing. I'm sure you like the coloring part because you don't have to think a lot, because I just use 4 color which you can download for free. I just put the link of the color palette in the description, so please make sure to check it out. And like, you will learn a lot. So if you are beginner, I would highly recommend to watch the full video. And if you can't able to watch the full video, just watch the coloring part. You will get amazing insight. So yeah, I hope you enjoy this video, and if you get some value and if you like the content and all those things, so please make sure to like and subscribe to this channel. So without further any delay, let's get start with the canvas first. So for the canvas, I like basically use my canvas size is like 2000 by 500 into 2000 pixel size. So here is the canvas, and now I'm going to draw the illustration. For the illustration, I picked a reference, the clock. I might put the reference. I find the reference on Pinterest, and so I might put the reference in the description of this video. Please make sure to check it out. Like, I'm not going to trace the exact image, so if you avoid using the reference, it might help you, because I don't know the so now I'm going to use this particular reference to make my illustration. And now I'm going to try my best to like brainstorm some ideas with this clock thing. So I'm going to keep it simple for you guys, because I don't want to make it complicated. So for the brushes, you can use any brushes. I'm going to use my like, this is like my new brush pack is coming, so stay tuned for that. So I'm not going to use these, but you can use these brushes. Like, my favorite set, which is the sketch sticker outline brush set. Like, for the sketching part, I'm going to use this particular brush. So let me change the brush color. This is the brush I'm going to use. All the brushes I am going to use in this videos, I put down in the description. So this is the sticker outliner brush set. So let me draw the rough sketch. So for the rough sketch, I'm going to put the clock in the center and add some isometric bases, because as you all know, I love isometric. So let me quickly just like sketch out the clock thing. So just make a circle, and make sure this circle, I'm going to make it not a circular like a whole circle. I'm going to make it as like a 3D view. So I'm going to make it as a oval. So I'm going to add this shadow. You can make, so here we go. Now I made this corner thing, and in the center I will add the hand. So I'm going to again make a oval for the like outer surface. I hope you can see the line, because this is just a rough sketch. So for the outline part, I am going to make it more clear. So as you can see, I made the 2 ovals line, and now I'm going to add a cover. So now I'm going to make it 3D. So let me describe. So just make a half oval thing, but if you want to make it perfect, so you can, like, let me redraw. So if you want to make a like perfect sketch, so just make a bigger oval like this, or you can, so I don't think so. I'm just going to copy the sketch a little bit, and I'm going to place it over here, and I am going to make it a little bigger. So this might help you. I'm going to just erase this line part, and here we go. as you can see, I made this, and now I'm going to add a line to make it more accurate. So here we go. Now we made the base thing, the clock base thing. Now I'm going to add some alarm like this bell. So as you can see, these are like in this two faces, like in this area and this area. So I'm going to make a two oval shape first, then we will complete the whole bell thing. So make a oval in the top. Make sure the oval is in more tilted one, like in this position. So yeah, and let me resize a little bit. So I think I have to, so let me try. So make a oval thing in this area and this. Make sure this oval size is bit thinner. So let me show you what I'm talking about. It's like this one. So as you can see, let me quickly make it bigger, and now the bell looks, make sure you draw a half semicircle like this, and if you can, just make it flatter in the bottom, not too flat, just make it a really flatter thing. So now I'm going to draw the same thing over here, make it flatter, and then here we go. Now we made the bell, and now I'm going to erase a little bit. So in the inner part you can erase this areas thing. Let me quickly erase out this line art. Here we go. Now we erase the thing, and now you can add in the middle of this bell, you can add a little like stone, or maybe like this little cute thing, so that it looks more cute. So here we add another one. Here we go. Now we made the bell, and so for the like hanging thing, like holding what you call, I don't know exact name, so I'm going to add this one also. So for this I'm going to make it as like, how gonna I say that, so I make it as like curved rope or maybe curved line. So just follow along the following steps. Here we go. Now let's add this cute little thing. So here we go. Now I made a hammer, little hammer thing. So as you can see, so if you can make it bigger like this and make a straw thing. Here we go. Now to join the bell, you have to also draw a little straw over here. We almost finished the thing, and now we are going to erase this thing. And now let's add two legs, which you can see here in the bottom. So again, just make sure to draw a leg, and here we go. Let's add another one. Here we go. Now we added both legs. So now let's add this numbers first. So let me quickly add a rough sketch type thing. 9 or 6. So let me quickly like make this hands, first hand. I think this looks cute. We can make it more perfect, but okay, I think. So let me I'm going to not add the name and like numbers 11 and like 12, 1, 2, 3 or so on, and I'm just going to add a little bit details. Here we go. Now I'm going to boulder the sketch part, so just make sure to add some thicker line to make it. Make sure you press too hard to get the like thicker lines, because you need a pressure sensitive stylus or Apple pencil to do that. So here we go. Just make sure you do the outline bolder in the outer part. Here we go. Let me quickly erase out these unnecessary lines. As you can see, it's almost done, but in the outline part we are going to add more details. So this is just a rough one, so let me quickly add some darker lines. You have to press harder to get the darker lines. So here we made the clock, so make it smaller that we can add some isometric base. Now as you can see, I made the base, so you can use it using the grid line. So like you can use the drawing grid guide, and you can edit and now make it isometric thing. And according to your like isometric, you can make it like the size grid, and you can. So as you can see, you can just use this grid line to make the isometric base. So like I made a bunch of isometric, so I don't use this grid line. So I might let me remove the grid line. So now let's do the rough thing. So let's brainstorm some ideas. So I'm going to like I'm just thinking about I'm going to make a door over here so that it looks kind of fantasy talk thing, and I'm going to make some grasses over this bell. And let me quick out like really make the door first like this, and I'm going to add some stairs so that it looks more natural. And we can add the door as you can see here, and we can add some details, or you can like maybe you can add some windows. So for the windows, I'm going to add like over here, or maybe over here. So for the windows, I'm going to add like a round rectangular shape, like, and then I'm going to add, I hope it makes sense. So I think I have to make it a little bit wider. Here we go. Now we add the window. Be quick. So now I'm going to add some grasses. So I make it as like fluffy one. And I'm also going to add some like bigger leaf, I would say, or maybe some like these or something, but I'm not sure what should I make. So let me quick out the base first. So just draw like these shapes, and now I'm going to add some leaf. So for the leaf, just make a oval shape thing like this, and or you can add some different things. So I might add some grasses over here. So as you can see, like hanging grasses, or you can make something. I hope it looks good. Let me just increase the opacity. Here we go. Now we created cute little block house, and I'm going to like this is most simple thing I ever do. So I'm going to outline this. So now I'm going to outline this. So I hope you understand the base thing and the leaf thing. So I just make it simpler. Now I'm going to outline using my glitch chalk brush, which is my go-to brush set. Where is my go-to? I'm going to use this glitch chalk brush for the outline part. Now then we will move to the coloring part. Let's quickly do the outline thing. So to begin this, I might add something, or let me firstly quickly add the outline thing, and then we will move to the adding some more details so that it looks more alive thing, like the character. I might add some bunny, something else. So let me just quickly outline thing, and then we will add some elements. So now we are going to outline this. For outline you can use any brush. I'm going to use my glitch chalk brush, and now in this part, like in this phase, we are going to add detail, more detail to make it more make it more I would say cuter, because this is like the rough sketch part. So now we are going to do the outline part. So I'm going to also explain you like how to draw. So let me firstly quick out like how to draw these grasses a little bit. So make sure you do these type of things like fluffy hair or something. So these are easy ones, so just practice these and you can easily draw just hanging these and like wobbly type of things. So now I'm going to do the outline thing. So for the outline I'm going to just tap the layer of the sketch and just drag the opacity. Now for the outline I'm going to just do the outline thing and also add some bit details. So here we go. Now we do the outline thing, and as you can see I'm going to quickly make sure when you do the inner thing, just make sure you like keep it not too straight, please avoid these type of lines. So I would say just make it thinner or a bit thicker. This way it looks more it gives a more sketchy look. So I would, and in the outer part you can do the thicker line weight. So as you can see, just quickly do the outline thing, and now I'm going to add some details. So for adding these texture, you can like loosely press the pencil to get the texture, and if you want the thicker outline you just press a little bit harder. Now let me make the handle thing, and so I might add some like rubber things to make it more stylish look. So let me try something over this area, so little bit like a teapot thing. So here we go. You can add some details to make it unique in your style. So this is my way to make it, so you can try this. If you don't like, you can simply make the handle like smoother in this way. So I think I really like this one, so I am going to stick with this one. So now you can see I'm going to add some details like this. So as you can see, now the bell thing. So just remember, for the grasses and the cloud, in the cloud thing, you have to do these type of shapes, like bigger shape. In the grasses, just make sure you do a repetitive like this shape, like smaller in sizes, so this way it looks more grass thing. So as you can see the details, you can do the same using your own brush, or you can check out this brush. Now I'm going to draw a little hammer like structure. Just loosely press when you add some detail like this one. If you want, you can add, let me draw the stairs. There we go. I draw a stair. Let me quick out the grasses. So for the grasses, you can do this like way. So if you are drawing, just make it curve line and then 2 or 3 zigzag line like this way, like the bubble as I talked before. So here we go into this. I did the same thing over here and here. Just make it fluffy and then zigzag and then fluffy and zigzag. So I hope you're getting my point. So just do the same thing, fluffy and bubbles. So now let's do the whole thing. So let me draw the leaf. So for the leaf you can draw like this curve line thing, and and then add a little detail. So we almost finished the outline sketch. Let me quickly. So this is like the simple thing to draw, I would say. So now let me add some grasses like this. So let's draw the base. For the base, you can draw like the straight, or you can draw something like the curve thing, which you can see here. So I really like the curve thing, so I am going to add the curve lines. So let's add some details like this, make it more natural. We almost finished the outline thing, so let me just quickly add these details. You can also add the numbers, but like to make it, you can add these type of dots, but if you can also add the number. It will make it the illustration more interesting. So to make it simpler, that is why I am going to do the dot things. So yeah, let me quick out, like let's turn off the sketch line, and here we can, like here we go. Now we have the outline thing. So in the, like as you can see, when I zoom out, you can see the thinner line. These are thinner and these are thicker. So let me make it thicker so that it looks more good. Let's just use the same brush and make it thinner, thicker, and there we go. Now we finished the outline thing. Now we are going to color this illustration. So for the colors, whatever color I'm going to use, I am going to put in the description, so please make sure to check it out. And yeah, and you can use out my free brushes to decor the whole illustration. So let me just quickly add some character using my free brushes. So you can also use my other brushes. There's a lot more options. So I'm going to use my new brush. So let me try out my new brushes. So should I go with the free one or the paid one? So let me try out my free brushes. So where is my free brush? Is it a free one? No, I think this is the free one. So here is my free isometric garden brush. This is not the full set, so I like import, like I added different like this stamp is from like the dream book set, and I added different, so you can use it to make it more accurate. So these are free ones, so yeah, you can download from the description. So you can use it to decor the illustration. So I'm going to use it, this brush set, to decor some illustrations. So let me add this mushroom. So just make sure to add another layer, and then I'm going to add some decoration. So let me add this one. So you can use anywhere. So let me erase a little bit. Here we go. Or you can add some different flowers, so you can experiment with the stamp brushes. So let me just quickly add a character, so that let's add this, or you can add some mushroom or something else. So let's add this little thing. So the possibilities are endless, so I'm going to just stick with this. So let me add. So here we go. Now we added some cute things. So let's add the color. So I finished the outline part. Let me quickly fix the line work thing, because the line work is a bit thinner in this area. So let me add some grasses over here. To stand out the clock thing, I'm going to make it bolder line in the outer areas. So here we go. Quickly fix this. The line work is very important, so make sure to line work before you move towards the color thing. So here we go, fixes some of these line work things. So let's add the color first now. And so for the colors, I'm going to firstly like add the background color. This is not the, so I'm going to firstly block out the like sketch part with white color, so that I can ease out the coloring part a little bit. So I'm going to quickly add the colors first, like the white color, because this is like my way of coloring. So I really like Sleep blocking out the color illustration. So quickly block out the whole thing with white, and then we will move to, because I use clipping mask to color the illustration quickly, so that is why I use white color, because when I add some different color in the background, it doesn't interrupt the whole illustration. So here we go. Now we add the white color, the illustration, and as you can see, I blocked out the whole illustration with white. For the coloring, I am going to experiment with the color thing. Let's move to the color thing. So whatever color I am going to experiment with this illustration, I am going to put color in the color palette in the description. So please make sure to download the color palette, and let's move toward the coloring part. So now we made the outline part, so now let's do the coloring part. And I want to make the coloring part very simple for you, because I don't want to make the coloring part too complicated. So for this video, I'm going to just using these four colors, only four colors. So as you can see, these four colors you can download down. I put the color palette in the description, so this is completely for free. Just go and download, and let's move towards the coloring part. So for the grasses, I'm going to use this green, pastel green color, so let's pick that. And for the coloring part, I'm going to use my filler shade brush for the coloring. So let's do the coloring. So as you can see, I use clipping mask for the coloring part. So I just create a new layer in top of the white colored layer. So let me just use the clipping mask, because I really like clipping masks. That is because of I don't have to worry about the coloring in the inside or outside. It just goes inside automatically. So as you can see, so the green color you can see in the color palette, just use this green color. And now we are going to use the green for the base color. For the shadows, I'm going to keep it very simple for you, so just stay tuned. And for the shadows and for the detailing part, I'm just going to drag the darkness, or maybe change the layer mode to multiply mode for the shadows, but I don't change the color too much, I think so. So let's try this. So just let's quickly fill out the colors, and then we will move to the other coloring part. So now we colored the grasses, so let's change the background color. I don't like the background, so let me quickly change the background color. I use the green color, and for the background, let me try to think. Let's try this background. Is it a green, or I think let's put the background color maybe this one. So let's put the background color to the first. I picked this for background color, the first color you will see in the color swatch. So I use this color for the background, and I use the third color for the color grasses, and I'm going to use second color for the clock color. Let me just quickly fill the color in the clock. So let's try this one. And one thing is, I changed a little bit in this area. So let me show you. I changed I cut it down, and drag the cap a little bit lower, and I redraw the handle a little. So yeah, as you can see, and just let me quickly color this one. That is why you can see the lines is weird. Oh, I forgot the grasses here, and let me just quickly color the bell part, and then I'll color the remaining grasses. So I want to keep the whole tutorial part very simple, like easily everyone can do that. So this is like the coloring becomes easier for you because I just use 4 colors, as you can see, to not make the whole coloring part so complicated. So just try this method, and I know, let me quickly fill out the color a little bit, and then I'll do the remaining part as well. So now I'm going to color the grasses, like remaining grasses. Let me quickly go to the grasses layer and make sure create separate layer for each objects, like the grasses and the clock and the bases, because whenever you want to change the colors, you can simply go to the layer and just simply change the color. It really helps, trust me, because I think many times I did all the coloring part in a single layer, so it really tedious when you do want to change the color. It's really difficult for you to change the color after that. So yeah, just quickly do the coloring, and here we go. Now we add the coloring, just trust me. And then let's color this bottom part, and then we will move to the shadow part. So for the bottom base, I am going to use the 4th color, which you can see here. Let's put this color. Oh, here we go. I made a big mistake. Like I did the base color in the like the grass layer, so I have to separate because it really get tedious. So let me quickly redo it again. So this is why I use clipping mask. I can speed up the process very quickly. So I have to color. So for the clock face, I'm going to use a lighter one. So color I'm using for the clock, I'm just slightly increase the saturation or the brightness a little bit and make it yellowish tone that it matches the whole theme. And here we go. I think this works now. So let me quickly bright it up. I think I really like this one, so let's quickly add the color, and yeah, I can do that. So let me quickly add the color, then we will slowly add the color in the remaining parts, and I'll guide you, don't worry about the colors. So just try a little bit. I colored the clock face, and then I'm going to color, like for the door, you can see here, for the door I'm going to use the same color for the color like clock face, and just drag it down like for darkness and make it brownish, like move it toward this area, orange thing. So let me try this one, and yeah, I really like this one. So yeah, and here we go. Now we add the color, and for the color face I'm going to use the same color for the handle. So let me quickly add the color in the handle part, and here we go. Now we added that, and for the like this part, and I'm going to use slightly same color, like for the clock color, the second color you can see here, and I'm going to little bit dark it up, and I use for this area, it's a bit dark, so I have to little bit make it lighter. Let's see, I think this looks good. And for the remaining part, let's fill it up different colors, or let's put something dark so that it looks like a window. And yeah, so we quickly fill the grass here. So before I move towards the shadow part, I'm going to change the line art, like the line art color a little bit. So I'm using a clipping mask to change the outline color for the illustration. So just create a new layer in top of the layer, and then just like it's just my personal preference. Yeah, if you can change, or so I'm going to use black color for the outer line color. So let me just quickly add the black outline. So here I change the outline color. Now I'm going to change the inner color a little bit because I think this is too lighter, and I'm going to use the same color for the outline but a little bit darker. So now I'm going to change the color a little. So as you can see, now it looks good, and you don't have to do in all the line work. Just make sure you do it in a corner or anything you will see the line. It's bit like lighter, so just do on those areas. So now I'm going to do the shadow part. So let's move towards the shadow part. So let's do the shadow part. For the shadow, I use the same color, like the same color you will see, the 4 color. And for the clock body, I'm going to use the same color, and I'm going to create a new layer. Like, make sure you add layer in top of the whole coloring part, because when you add your like shadow part, it blends well with the color. So now I just create the new layer, and now I'm going to change the layer mode to multiply mode, and I'm going to decrease the opacity around 40 to 50%. So now for the colors, I'm going to make it more saturated, and I use the same color like for the color body, and now I'm going to like make it more saturated. And now I'm going to try out like the colors, and as you can see, I really like the color. So now I'm going to add the shadow, and make sure when you add shadows, try to imagine like you don't have to imagine, like you can see the reference the shadows is forming. Just put the shadows on those areas, and if you don't have any references, try to imagine where the light is came from, and just simply add the shadows. And now I'm simply going to add the shadows, and here I'm going to add here a little bit. You can also decrease the opacity, I think, and I might decrease the opacity to that. We go. Now I'm slowly adding the shadows to the clock, and make sure you do avoid overshadowing the areas just a little bit, because when we add the color dots, then it looks more natural. So stay tuned for that. I'm simply going to add a little bit shadows to it. Yeah, that looks good, I think. So now we added the shadows in the clock, so let's move towards adding the shadows in the bottom part, and then we will move to the grasses, because grass is a bit I would say tricky. Let's add shadows to the bases. So for the bases, I'm going to use like for the shadow part, I'm going to use a reddish tone, because I have to make it as a soil. So I'm going to use this color. So I'm going to put this. So please try to use the color, this color, as for the high like shadow part, and I'm going to use that. So yeah, let me quickly add the shadow, and then we will move to the grasses. Just try to add shadows what exactly what I'm doing here. So we added the shadows in the soil, like the base, and for the shape, let's add this color also, because we don't want to make too complicated for the coloring. So let's add this. Otherwise, I can change a little bit. So to make it keep to make it simple, I just use the same color for the. So yeah, and as you can see, I do this. So just copy me. So here we go. Now we added shadows to these areas. So let's add some more shadows to this corner thing. Just do these things. So now let's add shadows to the grasses. For the grasses, I'm going to create another layer and change the layer mode to multiply another, and decrease the opacity around 40 to 50%. I decrease about like 46%. And for the grasses, I'm going to use the same color, and I'm going to slightly increase the saturation, and let's try this. If that doesn't work, then I'll simply change the color a little bit more. So yeah, I think it works now. So yeah, it works. So let's put the shadows in these areas. So as you can see, I like place the shadows around the middle part in this area. So I do the same thing here and here and here. And also please avoid shadows to the like whole object or edges. I hope you're getting my point. So yeah, just a middle part of the whole thing. And here we go. Now we added shadows here. So we added the shadows. As you can see, I basically add a little bit shadows over all areas, and I'm going to add some detail. Now we are like about to finish the thing. So for the color dodge, by the way, I have some color dodge brushes, but to keep it simple, I'm going to use the air soft air brush, and which you can already have in the Procreate app. So I'm going to use the soft brush for the color dodge. And now to add the color dodge, just make sure you create a new layer in top of the whole layer, like every single layer, and change the layer mode to color dodge mode and decrease the opacity around 70 to like you have to adjust. So just keep it like 70 to 80%. And I'm going to, for the colors, you have to pick, like for these type of illustration, I'm going to use a bright color like the orange or the reddish tone for the clock, like as you can see. So now let's add the color dodge, and it looks cool, I think. And let's, like, you have to don't press too hard, because make sure you have a like pressure sensitive brush, and you slightly loosely press the brush and just add a little bit shadows to the clock. And here we go. So for the color, I'm going to save this color also in the so you have to use this bright color for the clock thing. And here we go. Now we color the little bit over here and here. Just make sure you don't press the brush too hard, because if you put too pressure, like it looks like this, and we avoid this type of things. So yeah, let's make it smaller so that I can add the colors. And here we go. Now we add the colors. So let's like so let me share a simple insight that might help you in your illustration. When you do apply your color dodge thing, make sure the red color, when the color dodge, it will only apply in the brownish or yellowish tone areas. So please try to avoid in the greenish areas like this. But it sometimes it works, but please avoid in those areas. So I'm going to use the same color dodge color for ship and the mushroom and the door thing, and also for the soil because it brown. So as you can see, I added a little bit color dodge to the whole thing. And now I'm going to simply add color dodge to every single brown areas or reddish tone areas. I hope you getting my point. So yeah, so now I'm going to drag the opacity a little bit because it's too bright, I think. So yeah, it's good. Now again, I'm going to create a new layer and change the layer mode to color dodge mode. And for the grasses, I'm going to pick like slightly greenish and yellowish tone. So this is just an experiment. I don't have any specific rule about the color dodge. So let me try this color. So I think it works or not. So let's try. If it works, then I'll save the color. So let's try this. So I think it works. It's too bright, I think. So let's try this to whole areas. And as you can see, just slightly loose press your brush, otherwise you end up making worse. So I added a little bit color dodge to the illustration. And now we are going to apply highlights. For the highlights, you must create a new layer just below the line art color. So here we go. Now we created and change the layer mode to screen mode and drag the opacity around 50%. And highlights, seem light something, just choose a bright yellowish color. And for the brush, just make sure you use a slightly thinner brush, because you have to do edges of our illustration. So Let's pick some brush. So I'm going to use my go-to brushes. So in my upcoming videos I'm going to use my other brushes. So let's try to pick my new brush. So I made this brush, like the jitter ink brush. So I'm going to use this brush for the highlight. So let me try to pick I think this looks good, or maybe ink one. So let me try this ink brush. So yeah, this looks good. So I'm going to increase the opacity because it too I think. So yeah, it looks good. So I'm going to add rim light the edges. So here we go. We just try to add the shadows in the corner of like the edges and to go, and let's add the whole rim light thing in the edges. It really make your artwork pop. So just try this and go. So let's add a little bit rim light to this area. Now we are going to the detail part. So just make sure you do the like highlight thing in the edges. So just add this like highlight thing in overall illustration, then we will move some more detail part. So here we go. Now we added the bottom. Just do these simple things and you will see the result over time. So just patient and make sure you move fast, because when you like add details too much in a specific area, that becomes too like lengthy. So I prefer to move fast because like for the detailing part I like, do at the end of my illustration. So this is why I move fast illustration. So I let's change the line art color. I don't like this, so I'm going to change a little bit line artwork. So I think this looks good. You can also like add some more detail to this illustration. Like I can add some more like shadows the whole illustration. So let's add some more shadows because it looks too fade. So let's add some detail to the clock thing. I'm going to add some highlights, like bright highlights to the clock. Add this because like to make it shiny surface. So here we go. Let's add something here and also here. Don't think it works here, so let me just so let's add some more shadows to this illustration because I don't think let's add some more detail. I would say I'm going to just create a new layer below the light part because it. So for the shadows I'm going to let's use the same brush filler shade. So let's use this one. So I'm going to the same color. I'm going to use this and make it more saturated and make it, and here we go. Let's add a shadow for the clock hand also for this. I'm going to decrease the opacity a little bit and I'm going to some more wheels. See, let's add a circle, make it oval. Let's add a thinner circle line and it oval. I think it looks so. Let's that, and here we go. Let's add more shadows with just a little. Really like this. Let's add shadow like more thing to make it darker. So let's add a darker shadows to the I think I really like now. So now I use the same for the parts. So let's add also these parts. Just do what I'm doing. Just about practice because I made like so many illustration, like so many. So my brain automatically think about the shadow thing. So it's all about practice. Dear ladies and gentlemen, you have to do some practice in order to get these type of results. This is just a basic creation. It's very complex. You can see on my channel very complex illustration and coloring part. So now let's do the coloring in the grasses a little bit more because I think it looks too faded. I'm going to create a new layer and change the layer mode to multiply mode and decrease the opacity around 40 to 50%. It's all up to you. You can adjust according to your preference. Now I use the same color for the, I'm going to increase brightness and make it little bit saturated. And now let's try this. Make sure you change the layer mode to multiply. Make sure you add shadows in the beginning part. You can sure you change the layer mode to multiply mode. Let's add some details. So I think a little bit dark, so I'm going to change the opacity a little bit. Oh yeah, what are you saying? Let's add a little bit shadows over here, over here. Make sure you don't do too much, otherwise ruin your play. So just make sure you add a little bit of shadows, just a little bit. And here we go, we almost finish our illustration. At the end we are going to add a little bit tricky part, so just stay with me. Stay this part of illustration. Thank you so much for investing your time into this tutorial. Really appreciate your time. Now we are going to add a little bit like sprinkles to our illustration. As you can see, I don't work in the background thing, I just work in the illustration. So now we are going to something about the background. Before I move to the background, I am going to add little bit things, and it looks good. If you don't like this one, so you can do the same thing over other illustration. So here is the trick that I shared. So I'm going to keep it simple. So let's try thing bright. So let's try this one, and I'm going to, I don't like the bluish tone of the background, so let me remove the reference because I've created. Now going to like I don't like the background, so I'm going to change the, I'm going to adjustment and the hue and saturation, make it slightly greenish or maybe other tone. I don't think, make it, you can adjust and play around with this setting. So I don't think this looks good, and let's try different colors. And I'm going to again just and try different references. Let's try different things. So yeah, and let's try this picture, and I'm going to download this. I'm simply going to import this and do the same thing like I blur out the whole thing. Let's blur out the Gaussian blur, and I don't like this color, but here is the point. You can change the layer mode again and see, check. So till you find your best background, you have to do the same thing. Just make sure you play around with this thing and will find your, so I think I like this. Don't like the reddish. Let's try to adjust the layer around. Let's try. Let's make it bigger, and to be honest, I don't like this. Just don't know, I don't like this. I'm going to delete the whole thing and go to the Pinterest, and after let's the same thing, I'm going to stick with this because I can going to blur out and going to make it I think it looks good. So let's stay with this background. I think this looks good, and let's add the background. So let's add something in the backgrounds like this cloudy thing or something, shadows. Let's add some, so I'm going to use a bright color, like you can use any white color or things. So I'm going to make a clouds. So just these steps, and I'm going to make another cloud thing. Just make a bigger and smaller and bigger and smaller cloud thing. Here we go. Now we added some clouds to the background. I'm going to decrease the opacity because this looks horrible. So let me decrease the opacity, and here we go. I'm going to do the outline thing that you can see. So should I do a thing like this? Let's do this. So yeah, and I added the cloud, and let's make another cloud in the, it usually going to slightly increase the decrease the brightness, and I'm going to do the same thing. And it's all up to you. You have to do these things, or you can avoid. All up to you. So that's just additional steps. I'm going to change the layer mode, and let's see. I think this looks good. And now I'm going to add some stars. For the stars, I have my brush pack, like the two decor elements. I have some cool stars. I'm going to use these stars illustration. So for the color, I'm going to use a bright yellow color. So I'm going to put this color. You can use this color for your illustration. So I'm going to use the color dodge mode. Make sure you create a new layer in the color dodge mode. Then going to add a little bit stars over here, and over these areas. Just make sure you don't do too much, because otherwise it looks weird. So I added some stars, but I have to add some bigger stars. Let's first you have to duplicate the layer and go to the adjustment setting and blur out a little bit. And here we go. And you can watch my next video to add the noise to the illustration. The best thing I can do in my illustration, like every time I do same thing, like the noise thing, you can check out the video. And now I am going to do the same, like do some fixing part and do some things to this illustration. And here we go. Now see, I created this illustration, and I hope you enjoy this video, because I try my best, because I just stick with 4 color, like the basic 4 color, to teach you about the coloring part. And as you can see, the whole illustration, like start to finish. And I hope you enjoy this video, and I hope you find this video very helpful. So please make sure you hit the like button and do subscribe to this channel. Really appreciate your support. So please make sure, if you use my free brushes, so I put all the free brushes in the description, and also my paid brushes, like the many magical brushes, so you can check out. And yeah, that's it for today, and I hope make something interesting in my upcoming videos. So yeah, if you have any suggestion, or if you have any ideas, please make sure you comment down below. I'll see you in the next one.